Project Manager for the Great Lakes Commission's Aquatic Invasive Species Program. In this role, she coordinates 3 invasive species collaboratives, including the Great Lakes Phragmites Collaborative and Phragmites Adaptive Management Framework, the Invasive Mussel Collaborative, and the European Frogbit Collaborative. Sam also provides staff support to the Great Lakes panel on aquatic nuisance species. Prior to joining the commission staff in 2018, Sam attended Michigan State University, where she earned both her bachelor's and master's degree in fisheries and wildlife. So welcome, Sam, and I'll let you take it away. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Gabby. And I always look forward to this conference every year, this meeting. I always find it really valuable getting to connect with folks throughout Ontario and beyond as well. I am from the Great Lakes Commission, which is based in Ann Arbor, Michigan. However, we do serve all of the Great Lakes region, and I always love working with Ontarians. Is that how you say it? So before I get started, I do want to do just a quick silly thing. I'd like to introduce Fraggy. He will be appearing throughout my presentation. I want to give the disclaimer that he is our native Phragmites mascot, and that is why he looks so cute and adorable. So we are not trying to idolize invasive Phragmites throughout this. He is our native frag buddy. So I don't think I need to cover even an ounce of why we're here today, but I will say that Phragmites is not a provincial issue, not a national issue. It is a binational issue that we've been facing for 100+ years at this point. It impacts us throughout North America, and there's a lot of resources that we're trying to protect through the management and control efforts of this invasive wetland plant. So for all of the reasons why we're here coming together today and more, that's why 10 years ago, even a little bit more, in 2012, partners from the Great Lakes Commission and the U.S. Geological Survey came together to establish the Great Lakes Phragmites Collaborative. And this collaborative was established to facilitate communication efforts among stakeholders across the region and serve as this resource center for all things Phragmites, biology, management. Oops. Some reason my slides are in autoplay, so if they skip around, I am very sorry. Some collaboratives, you heard from Gabby's wonderful introduction of me. We also facilitate the Invasive Mussel Collaborative and the European Frogbit Collaborative. Some of them are focusing on advancing control efforts and control techniques, but a really big part of the Great Lakes Phragmites Collaborative is focused on communication and outreach and education and resource sharing. So a lot of the resources that I'm going to talk about today are trying to meet that need. I do want to kind of orient ourselves a little bit. So we have some supporting staff who make up our core team that are between the Great Lakes Commission and USGS. Then we have an advisory committee that represents binational expertise on Phragmites, both research and management. And then we have the larger Phragmites community. And this community involves everyone who's impacted or trying to impact Phragmites. So we're thinking about our conference theme today, community resiliency. And my community is really larger than just my city or my state or even my country. At the collaborative, what we're really trying to do is we're trying to build resiliency across the Great Lakes region and beyond. So we consider our collaborative network to be quite extensive. In order to achieve our goals, we do utilize a collective impact approach, and this provides us with a systematic way to get from all of these problems that we're currently facing, which we're calling our root causes. So these might involve inefficiencies surrounding current management options, funding gaps, lack of coordination, whether it be surrounding efficient, communicating our efficient or inefficient actions that we're implementing for management strategies. And all of these problems that we're currently facing, we're trying to work together collaboratively so that we can see these system changes. And I really, in my mind, I see these system changes as a resilient community. And that's the only way that we're going to be able to reach our overall collaborative vision of a Great Lakes ecosystem that's not degraded by non-native Phragmites. You've probably seen this, or at least seen some emails coming from me if you're following us at all. But about 2 years ago, we released our common agenda. And this is a really important step in our collective impact approach. So what this document is it's an alignment of our goals and a shared vision for change. And it includes 4 focus areas and a variety of member strategies that are going to help us reach that vision. So I'd encourage you to take a look. It is available on our website. And along with that on our website, there's a plethora of other products that we've created in the past little over a decade so far. You can also find Fraggy popping up all over the website as well. I want, again, to encourage everyone to check it out. So we have everything from basic ID guides for invasive Phragmites, distinguishing between native and non-native, like was mentioned a couple of times. It's not necessarily the best distinguishing factor, but it can be that first step. We have webinars. We actually hosted one last week. We've done more than 50 at this point, and they're all archived on our website. You might have seen us on social media with our Frag Friday posts and our fake headlines or frag headlines. And we also compile each quarter all of the latest research that has been published, a lot of which comes out of Dr. Rooney's lab. So it's always great to hear what's coming out of Waterloo. I did want to, as part of this update, share some of the upcoming work that you'll be able to see in the next probably couple of months or so. The first effort is a guidance document, and this is intended to address a number of member strategies as part of the common agenda and help advance those by developing this comprehensive set of Phragmites guidance documents that's applicable to practitioners across the Great Lakes Basin and focuses on the kind of like what we see as the key aspects of any successful management plan, which is sustainable funding, management program development, and evaluation, monitoring and reporting, and then post-Phragmites restoration. So our advisory committee members are currently working to pull together this guidance document. And as you can imagine, it's a fairly robust effort. We are being mindful not to duplicate the Ontario Frag Free Regional Planning Guidebook and hopefully be a complementary resource that's available to the broader Great Lakes region. What we're envisioning for this document is not a prescriptive or a prescription for how to manage Phragmites, but instead provide a summary of best practices and considerations based on specific end goals or management goals. I do expect that we will be referencing the Green Shovels Guidebook throughout because you guys have done so much of the work already. That's really important for us to kind of share more broadly. Through this effort, we're hoping to increase consistency, regional coordination, make a push with a lot of our kind of main Phragmites funders throughout the basin about long-term funding availability and making that a priority. And will hopefully be reducing uncertainty and wasted resources. And through this, we're also intending to identify research gaps that we can share and hopefully promote work to be done on. We will also be releasing our new native/hybrid Phragmites mapper. It's under development right now. And as we heard from Colin just a few minutes ago, there's a lot of work not only in the province, but actually throughout the region doing genetic identification of Phragmites. But even though we have a lot of mapping tools to share our invasive Phragmites, we don't have really a central location to share our findings for native or potentially hybrid Phragmites locations as well. So we're hoping that this can be the central repository for anyone who has those data sets. And we are collecting data sets on a large scale. So if anyone is willing to share with us, you can do kind of a batch upload by contacting me, or there's an individual survey and we're utilizing a Survey 123 platform that you can fill out and upload. We're also exploring moving this over into field maps and using it as a kind of real-time data submission app as well. One thing I do want to mention is that we are collecting information on visual observations as well, because we do want to do some post hoc analysis to see if those kind of phenotypic clues, if you will, to distinguishing between native and invasive, see how right they are and see how consistent. One of the other resources that we are kind of revamping is our Phragmites case studies. And so we are currently seeking new case studies. You can reach out to me if you have a project that you're interested in sharing. We're looking for both ongoing and concluded projects that focus on a wide variety of Phragmites management case studies. So we'll be advertising both of those soon. And I just want to wrap up by giving some updates on our program, the Phragmites Adaptive Management Framework, or PAMF. So we are in, I think our sixth cycle now for PAMF. And if you're not familiar, what this is a participant-led collective learning process that utilizes an adaptive management framework. So what this looks like for the participant is participants enroll a management unit, and then they go out and monitor it using our standardized monitoring protocols. They report that data back, and then we make some judgments on the level of invasion for that management unit. And then the PAMP staff go and they run our learning model, and an output of that model is site-specific guidance that's then returned to the managers, and they're able to implement those management actions or not, but then they report back to us what they did through management reports throughout the year. And then the process starts back over and they do a follow-up monitoring the next year. And this helps go back and feed back into the model and helps us learn about what our most effective and efficient management practices are throughout the Great Lakes, given specific site conditions. So some of the benefits of those who participate in PAMF, and I will just say, anyone in the Great Lakes region is able to participate in this program. It is free to participate. We do provide you with kind of the basic resources, physical and training resources to get started. Our goal really here is to get as many people involved as possible, because the more data that we get and the more management units enrolled, the faster our learning happens. So everyone who participates, they're part of this larger purpose, this collective learning process that's helping us work towards that community resiliency end goal. They're given standardized monitoring protocols to follow. They receive management guidance that's curated for them for their sites that they enroll. And they receive annual summaries of their treatment progress as well. We try to make it a really nice resource where you can kind of track how you're doing and exactly what you've done. It is designed with funders in mind, so it can be kind of this report that you print out and then hand over to your funders, so that you don't have to do the work on your end. Here's just a snapshot of where we are right now. So we have sites enrolled in all 8 Great Lakes states and Ontario. We're still looking for some folks in Quebec to enroll, but we're working on them. And this past year, we had over 213 acres or 86 hectares that are currently being actively managed. This was by 33 Phragmites managers who were working on 113 management units. Over time, we've had about 80 managers who have enrolled 276 management units throughout the basin, and this totals about 319 hectares. So our impact is growing, and it has been over the past 6 years. And so we're excited to be able to continue supporting this collective learning effort, and we'll have some training opportunities, both virtual and in person, coming up this early summer, probably maybe late spring, probably around May. So if anyone is looking to get involved or for more information, you can always visit our website, and you can reach us at phragmites@glc.org or pamf@glc.org. They actually both go to me, so either one is great.
Thanks so much, Sam. That was excellent. And I noticed when Fraggy was introduced, a lot of thumbs up came up. So I think he was a popular one. So thanks so much, Sam.